Hey everybody, this is the Coffee with a Geek program. It is June 2019, and guess what June means? June means time for ISTE, and ISTE is coming up the end of this month, and one of the events that my special guest today and I have run for the past, let's say 9 years, is the Virtual Environments and also Games and Simulations Playground. So with that, I'm going to welcome my guest, who is Scott Merrick. He needs no introduction. Scott is a computer teacher at McMurray Middle School in Tennessee. And Scott, welcome to the program. We've got virtual Scott.
Hello.
So Scott is in Second Life right now, and we're actually trying to do our playground both virtually and in Philadelphia this year. And Scott, let's begin at the beginning and tell me, first of all, how you got started in this wild and crazy adventure of virtual, and then kind of transition into what's going to happen this year at the Virtual Environments, Games, and Simulations Playground.
Sounds good. We face forward here. Andy and I have been friends for a long time, and I'm honored that he had me here today. And actually, this is going to be the opening video for, I mean, if you're watching it right now, you're probably at the ISTE Games and Simulations and Virtual Environments Network Playground on Monday at the ISTE conference in Philadelphia. And it's 8 o'clock to 11:30. And it's going to be packed with all kinds of experiential wonderfulness. So I sort of got into virtual worlds back around 2002 or 3 with Active Worlds, and I migrated over to Second Life when I discovered it. And when ISTE got a presence there, around 2000, I want to say 4, I reinvented my personal avatar, and so I'm Scott Merrick O, because I wanted to be completely transparent. And shortly after that, I established a blogger's hut at ISTE, and I blogged the whole time in O Virtual World, because my Second Life name was Scott Merrick O-H. Back then in Second Life, you had a list of last names you could choose from. I'm not sure of the rationale behind that, but that's what the case was. And I picked O because I thought it would always look good in the text chat. And there was no speech at that time. So I always thought it would be good to see Scott Merrick O says, I'm not smiling, am I? I look very serious.
You do look serious.
Yeah, and you know, about that time, it's closer to 2007. At ISTE, we had a virtual playground, and a playground. I think that we have to be proud of ourselves that we sort of created that. It's a big feature at ISTE conferences now, and folks, I'm talking, 25,000 people at a conference. And this is a 3-hour experience. Back in the day, we did all 3 days with 45-minute presentations, back to back, alternating in 2 presentation areas all day long. And it was wild. So we were this special interest group for virtual environments, SIG-VE, and that's since changed.
And one of the, I guess, groups that we're involved with, we partner with this, and really I think both groups kind of evolved separately, but evolved together in a strange way. Can you talk about the games and simulations? They kind of are a companion group, and what you'll see from the various stations at ISTE this year.
Yeah, the Games and Simulations Network sort of started very heavily as we started in Second Life. they started pretty much in World of Warcraft. And they broadened their focus, as we have broadened our focus, to deal with all things games and gamification. And we sort of overlap, and ISTE has recognized that and decided to sort of put our playgrounds together. And that's been the case for how many years, Andy? 3, 4?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5. Yeah.
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 Years, and we've always, done this whole, it's intense to plan. And then, because there are, 6 sort of ongoing presentation shared stations and 2 presentation stations with big screens. And so we schedule all of that to work, and the 6 tables are going all the time, pretty much. So it's intense to sort of organize it, but I mean, last year it was absolutely amazing. And where were we last year?
Yeah, it sneaks up on you, all the.
Yeah, I mean, last year in Denver, right?
What is Denver?
I'm
drawing a big leg.
Your brain is burning too. That's good, because I'm the old man in the group, so I appreciate it when anybody has brain burps, because Lord knows I have them. So 2018, there we are. That's the real life us. Andy and I have, and my beard was a lot longer than I've since trimmed it. So Santa Claus look. Andy has always pretty much looked the same. He's handsome lad that he is, and
so challenged though.
So we put together this presentation, and maybe I ought to just thumb through this at some point. You just give me a cue there, Andy.
So one of the things I wanted to ask about is, what are going to be the takeaways, and maybe this is part of the presentation. What will be the takeaways for the people that that join us at the playground this year?
Well, we've got all kinds of things going on here. I'm just looking at the playground document in my other window on my phone, actually. There's just lots going on. We've got a metaverse sort of treasure hunt thing going on. There is a booth. One of the tables is Oculus, and that'll be Bob Wojtek, who does all sorts of great stuff. I got the wrong document here, so vamp for me for just, no, I don't. I got it. Hang on, I got it. There's a triad table with Michelle and Angela leading that. And again, that'll be going on the whole time. It's going to focus on ready-to-use free or nearly free apps and other resources that educators can implement today to stay connected and motivate their students. So it's going to be a hands-on table. There'll be 8 iPads there. They're going to deal with the apps Vuforia Chalk, GroupMe, Metaverse, Quiver EDU, MergeCube, CoSpaces, Nearpod, GimKit, Wallamy, and I haven't even heard of some of these. So there you go. There'll be a VWBPE table with Rosie Wojcik. Virtual World's Best Practices in Education has been going on for a long time, and it's a huge long weekend completely online at in Second Life. So let me just fix my camera angle just a little bit. Going down, up, down. I've been learning to fly a drone lately, so these directional things are somewhat challenging for me. I'll have my drone there, by the way. We'll take some video with that. Don't anybody tell anybody, because we're going to do the ask for forgiveness thing. There'll be a MergeCube table with Mary Howard and MergeCube and CoSpaces. So she's going to work through on an ongoing basis those 2 platforms. Bob Wojtek, as I mentioned, will be there with 3D goggles of all kinds, Oculus Go, and he just got an Oculus Quest, and I'm just angry about that because I don't have one. There'll be the VR podcast table with James McCrary, Amanda Fox, and I don't think Alex is going to be there, but this is a great podcast. And in fact, at the presentation station, which I'll describe in a minute, they're going to actually stream a podcast from the Games and Simulations and Virtual Environments Network playground. And then I'll be at a table sort of handing up information about Second Life. There'll be Second Life stickers there, Open Simulator, Avicon Grid, and other viewer-based platforms. So those are the 6 tables. And then we'll talk about presentations in a minute, right, Andy?
Sure. Can you just tell me, where are you seeing the future? You've been part of this group since its beginning, and Second Life and virtual environments. Minecraft has come on the scene. We're seeing co-spaces. We're seeing virtual reality. From your vantage point of really being here from the beginning, where do you see this going?
It's going big. It's going big. My brother was just at a engineering and business will be the forefront of it, but education should be right in there with them, because if education and business are developing and utilizing these platforms, we need to prepare our kids to be able to do that. So you can edit out that stuff about my brother and this comment. Yeah, it's going big. Military's using virtual environments to do all sorts of planning and PTSD follow-up sort of stuff. Sports is using virtual worlds to, prepare their players for success. There's some research that I just learned about last ISTE, which shows that a basketball player standing at a free throw line and shooting baskets, if they have success, 1,000 times in a row or 10,000 times in a row, they're much more likely to have success in the physical world. So we don't even know how far this reaches, but it's big and bigger as we go.
So you see VR really being maybe the place where all of this is going to merge together, including entertainment, games, education.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, our scope is expanded to include all things 3D, and I just heard on NPR, the local NPR station, 2 days ago that one of the local movie theaters has created a 270-degree theater experience in 2 theaters, and I haven't checked it out yet. But there's also things like The Void, which is a 3D experience where you wear goggles and you get a quote-unquote weapon and a backpack with a computer on it, and you sign up for a time and go through that turkey, whether it's a Ghostbusters experience or something else. Just check out thevoid.com. It's already happening. And I think that we'll see people in movie theaters with goggles on anytime now.
Yeah, I've always thought that was the kind of next frontier. I think it's taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. And I think part of it is that VR is a very personal experience, and the interaction is still going to take a whole nother, I think, layer of development.
And that's
in VR.
Doesn't everything in this field take a little long, or maybe a lot longer than we expect? Yes. But it doesn't mean it's not happening.
Agreed. So what else would you like to share with us regarding the playground? Anything else that people will see, want to see?
Those of you who may watch this who are not at ISTE, we've got an area set up here, and Lear Lobo and Kay Novak are going to do some interesting stuff with hashtag not at ISTE. So, search not at ISTE in your hashtags and various platforms. We've got this set up to sort of mirror what's going on in the actual playground. And I set it up. I've textured, an image here that will be refreshed with the actual image that describes the actual playground. We're still creating those, so I'll get in there at the very first thing on Monday morning. I'll be there at 7 a.m. and I'll be taking snapshots of all the graphics, and I'll update this so that it is actually mirrors what's going on. And we'll have a bunch of people here, I hope, and hopefully we'll be doing some streaming of what's going on at ISTE in this area. If you want to come into Second Life and come to the ISTE VEN headquarters, this is an actual presentation which you can click on the little laptop over here and go to change the slides. How'd I do there? Not so well. Maybe that is slide 2. There we go.
Oh, I'm thinking about it, Scott. Last year, ISTE was in Chicago. So.
Oh yeah, I should remember that. Now I do. Now I do. It was a great ISTE, by the way.
It was a great ISTE. Chicago is a good location.
And a really great playground. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people come through the playground. It's the very first playground that we have had a morning session, and we have a morning session this year, and it was very, very busy. Everybody's very, very excited, and we're able to share a very, very lot of stuff. This presentation has links to my blog. Let me cut through here. In Second Life, if you're going to do a presentation, you want to go through and run it first so that the images load in your cache so that it loads faster. There, I've taught you something. I didn't do that. So all these table 1 signs will be different tables. I did a Facebook Live, 30 minutes or so. See what else we have in this presentation. Andy, what do you have to share? Oh, I have some exciting stuff to share with you. Tell us about what you're doing on the main stage, dude.
Well, I'll be doing the 1 and 3 presentations, and if you've never seen those, really lively. They're in one of the big ballrooms, and essentially, basically, people come on stage, and they've got so it's pretty fine-tuned and very dynamic. You'll walk away with a lot. So there's those will be Tuesday and Thursday. So Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday morning will be those sessions. So check them out. They're similar to an Ignite, but they're a little more focused. 3 minutes is all you get. So come check those out.
3 minutes. That's a freaking elevator speech.
It is.
And we'll be announcing, ISTE likes to announce them earlier, but we like to announce them at the conference. So we'll be sharing a whole bunch about our Virtual Pioneer of the Year Award from ISTE this year at the conference and online everywhere. So stay tuned for that. I'm sort of running through this turkey. Anything else, Andy?
No, that was our last year's winner, Mary Howard. She will be at the playground. Mary's always dynamic and has really awesome teacher, and she's a good person to connect with and share.
Yeah, she'll be holding forth the whole time on MergeCube and CoSpaces. Let me throw one more thing out at you.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Okay. Presentations. The order of presentations is as follows. The first 30 minutes is this video that you have just about completed watching. The second 30 minutes at 8:30 will be Michelle Arbogast and Angela Dunn. Popular games for the classroom, their impact and motivation. The title may change because we are in process, folks. Number 3 is VEN, and it is an author meet and greet with Caitlin Krause, author of Mindful by Design, a practical guide for cultivating aware, advancing, and authentic learning experience. This is a great book. I ordered it as soon as it came out, and I've read it, and I highly recommend it to everybody. She'll be signing it later in the during the playground over in the second presentation area. Games and Simulations is hosting Clarence Tan, How to Boost Student Engagement with Fortnite-like game mechanics. That's at 9:30, and at 10 o'clock, the VR Podcast Live is going to broadcast from right here. Hey, Watson, don't bark. Thank you. So they're going to do a live podcast from 10 to maybe 10:45 or so. They'll be interviewing people, and you'll have a chance to be on their podcast, which is a fantastic podcast, by the way. Games and Simulations, I'm sorry, 10:30 to 11, when we're going to, that's the last 30-minute presentation, is going to be just sort of a goodbye and hello, where we share how to hook up with each of our networks, the Games and Simulations Network and the Virtual Environments Network. And it's a wrap as far as I'm concerned.
All right. I think so too. I think there's going to be a lot of fun and excitement. So we will see you in Philadelphia, hopefully. If not, we will see you virtually. And you can always connect with us at ISTE_Venn network. That's a way to connect with us on Twitter, and you can see us on Facebook as well. And we have a Weebly site, just vennetwork.weebly.com. So check out all of our interweb interactions.
The interwebs.
So we will see you at ISTE. Thanks, Scott.
Love you guys. Hugs all around. I do give free hugs at ISTE, so if you're there, come see me.
Great. We'll get one of those. Okay. We'll see you.
All right, brother.
All right.